It's time to start making our blueprints. So this is what we're going to use to actually build our bridge. So first things first, you need to make sure you have everything you need, beginning with a nice, solid, flat work area to work on. So a nice, clean, flat, hard table, like maybe the kitchen table or something like that. And then you're going to need the following items. You're going to need the sketch that you made. That's the sketch, and just the pencil sketch you did. It's got all your measurements and so forth on it. This is going to be what we're working from to create our actual blueprint. You are going to need some graph paper to draw your blueprint on. You're going to need a measurement tool that has metric on it because we're doing all of this in metric. So make sure you've got something that shows you centimeters and millimeters. And then, of course, you're going to need a pencil of your choosing. It can be a mechanical pencil, a number 2 pencil, a number 8 pencil if you like, but you are going to need a pencil. You do not want to do this in ink or something permanent because there's going to be a lot of erasing involved throughout the process. So you definitely want to go with a pencil on this. All right, get those things together, and then we're going to begin. So as we begin our blueprint, the one that we are going to be building from, we want to make sure that we keep our bridge sketch close by because we're going to be referencing that, especially looking at the measurements that we have estimated on our bridge sketch. Now, as we draw this, we're going to draw a straight on side view of the blueprint. So this side piece right here, I know it's angled in my drawing, but it's going to be side on the blueprint, and then we'll do a top down view, and we'll be building from those, and I'll show you what that's like when we get to that point. But the first thing first is you have to decide, well, where do I want to start drawing my bridge? I recommend that you start with a larger centrally located piece. Sure, you could start on the side brace right here, something like that, but it's going to be easier to give you something to build out from. So in this case, I recommend that you start with something like what we're going to use, which is this central beam right here that runs all the way through. This is, of course, my longest piece, and it is also centrally located. So how long is that? Well, let's look. Let's see. The space right here that this spans is 30 centimeters. And then we look, and this support block is 5 centimeters, and this support block is 5 centimeters. So looking at that, we know that the entire length is going to be 30 plus 5 gives us 40 centimeters long. So we're going to start with a centered 40 centimeter long beam. So let's do that. Now, as you look at my ruler, you can see, well, it doesn't go all the way to 40. It actually stops at 30 or 35. And so I'm going to need to add 10 onto that as I go. So I'm going to go ahead and pull it over here. And we'll start at 0 and draw to 30. So let's do that. There we go. And then let's add 10 more on to make it to our 40. There we go. So we have now a, double check it, 30. And 10 more, 40, just a little bit on right there. And take your time with this because it's going to really help you in your build. So there's our central beam. Now let's go to the outside here, and we can look at this one, and we know that this one is 5.5 centimeters high. So I'm going to take that and do a 5.5 centimeter high block right here. So here we go, 5.5 brings us to that right there. And we know that this is also going to be 5 centimeters across. So let's make that nice and level. And we're going to go to 5 centimeters and then back up, making a nice 90-degree edge or angle. And there we go. So that is now 5.5 by 5 by 5.5. So there we go. All right, we'll repeat it on this side over here. We have the We have the same measurements here, 5.5 by 5, of course 5.5. So let's go ahead and do that one now. Nice little line. Kind of feel like the Bob Ross of blueprint making right now. It's a pretty little strut we're going to add. This could be a PBS special. All right, so I have the outline of this right through here. Now we need to go and calculate this one, and this says that it is, let's see, 30 centimeters right through here. All right, so 30 centimeters right through there. It's going to line us up. So let's, and how far up off the deck is it? It's 5.5. And then that's our next largest brace. It's going to be 30. It's 5.5 centimeters off the deck. So we'll go here. And let's calculate out 5.5 centimeters, which is right about there. All right. And then it's 30. So I'll put this right here, and we're going to split the difference so we know where the center is and we know where we're going. Oh, well, I didn't really find center here. Hold on. Let me redo that. So that is the center here, and then we go 5.5 from there, right in there. There you go. And then we'll split the difference and make sure. This is why graph paper is so handy for this, because these lines help you note what is parallel to what. That's why we like those lines right there. So that gives us this, and let's see here, we've got our down angles. So, all right, so we've got a little bit of an outline made, as you can see, but you know your bridge is not going to have pieces that are this small. We actually want to draw out the pieces that are going to be making up our bridge so that we can build on top of that. And of course, those pieces are these little balsa wood strips that are 3 millimeters wide. That is the width of these guys, which you can hold that right there and spot that is 3 centimeters wide right there. So we want to turn these not into lines but into actual braces that we're going to use. So we're going to go back to our central piece right here, and you can see that if this were the piece we were using, it would sit right there, but we need to make it 3 millimeters high. So let me mark that right here with this. And then I'll come right here and I'll mark it at 3 centimeters there. And we'll come down here and mark that as 3 centimeters there, or millimeters. I keep saying centimeters. I mean millimeters. And then we're going to do this. All right. So as you can see, our strut would fit right on top of that, just like that when we get ready to build. So let's go ahead and do that with this one as well. Now you're probably going to want to measure yours or put your stick up it to confirm. I have currently been doing enough of these that I can kind of do it by eye at this point. But so we have a top strut and we have this this bottom one right here, or beam right here, and then we're going to come here and we're going to add our side one. And what this shows is that when we get ready to build this, we're going to actually place our pieces right on top of our blueprint, and we're going to know, well, I need to cut this angle on this piece, and I need to cut this angle on this piece right here, and then they're going to glue in right there. We're actually going to build our bridges right on top of our blueprint. So I'm going to continue the process now of filling this out a little bit. Here we go. All right, so I have my side view done now. You can see all the individual struts, and you can see the angles at which they will be cut and how they will be joined to each other, where the glue spots will be. All that we need to do now is make sure that we have our measurements correct. So let's take a look at that. Let's see here. Okay, so we know that this is going to be 5 centimeters. From there to there. So we know that strut will be 5 centimeters long. Let's see, we know that this whole distance is 5.5 centimeters to there, but we lose 3 centimeters, which means that this is now going to be 5.2 centimeters, this one strut right here, or I can do it like this, 5.2 cm, and I can go from there to right there. So we can do it like that. So we know that one will be 5.2 centimeters long. This complete angle right here will be 7 centimeters from there all the way to there, or at least, well, this one will be 7 centimeters. Oh, poop. Let's see. This one will be 7 centimeters, and this individual piece will actually be 3.4 cm just to right there and there, and this one will be 3.4 cm to right there and there. So centimeters there and centimeters there. There we go. So we're kind of getting that together. Let's see, looking at this, should be, if my math is correct, this guy right here will be right at 6.5, and it is. So this strut right here will be 6.5 from right here all the way to right here. So I'll draw that better. So just need to put in all of our measurements now. All right, I think we have all of our measurements done and laid out, so we know how long each of these pieces are going to be, and this is actually going to be our pattern for building our bridge when we get ready. So we have the side view. Now we just need to do the top view. So let's take a look at what the top view will look like. All right, going back to our bridge sketch, we can see we've done our side view right here. Now we just need to look at the top down, and really it's just a matter of how wide is it. So looking at this bridge, we can see the width is 6 centimeters total. So that's a 6 centimeter total wide bridge. So I'm going to go ahead and draw these two struts from the top down view. So we can begin with that, and then we will flesh those out a little bit. So let's do that. So this is the outline of our top down. Again, we know that our pieces are not pencil thin, so we want to draw those in. We know this entire thing is going to be 6 centimeters from there all the way to there. So let's go ahead and draw our pieces in and their actual width. And now we just need to draw our struts. They're braces that go across and connect the two sides. So these are actually going to be these two sides of the bridge from the top down. Of course, they're only as wide as those sticks in my sketch, and these are going to be the braces. So if this whole thing is 6 centimeters, then we know the brace will be minus 3 millimeters, minus 3 millimeters, so that's 0.6 millimeters. Now that's going to be 5.4 centimeters is the length of this brace from there to there. So I'm going to draw the braces in now. I've got my measurements in, I've got my struts drawn, I see how the bridge is going to come together now, and we're all done with our blueprint.